The Mali Empire, one of the most powerful and prosperous empires in the Western African history, traces its origin to the early 13th century. However, the story of its rise began much earlier, with the fall of the Ghana Empire and the struggle of small, fragmented kingdoms that would eventually be united under Mali's banner. This episode delves into the historical, cultural, and economic conditions that laid the foundation for the Mali Empire, setting the stage for its legendary rise. To understand the birth of the Mali Empire, one must first examine the decline of the Ghana Empire. The Ghana Empire, located between the Senegal and the Niger River, was dominant power in the West Africa from the 6th to 12th century. Its control over the trans-Saharan trade routes, particularly in gold and salt, made it incredibly wealthy. However, by 12th century, a combination of internal strife, external invasion, and ecological changes led to its downfall. The Almoravid dynasty, a Berber Muslim dynasty from North Africa, played a crucial role in weakening Ghana. Their invasion in the 11th century destabilizes the empire and contributed to its decline, even though they failed to maintain lasting control. As Ghana weakened, its vassal states and surrounding kingdoms began to assert their independence, setting the stage for the emergence of new powers. Among the many groups vying for power after the fall of Ghana were the Mandinka people, a collection of clans and tribes living in the upper Niger River region. The Mandinka were known for their skill in agriculture and trade, and the communities were organized into small kingdoms. However, these kingdoms were often conflict with one another, competing for resources and dominance in the fragmented political landscape. The Mandinka society was structured around a system of clans, with each clan having its own chief or king. These clans were bound together by a complex social, religious, and political ties, but they were not unified under a single leader. This disunity made the Mandinka vulnerable to external threat, particularly from the powerful Sosso kingdom, which rose to prominence in the wake of Ghana's collapse. The Sosso kingdom, led by ambitious and ruthless king Soumanguru Kante, emerged as a dominant force in the region after the fall of Ghana. Soumanguru, a former general in Ghana Empire, seized control of the remnant of the empire and sought to expand his territory. He quickly gained a reputation for his cruelty and his oppressive rule, using fear to subjugate neighboring kingdoms, including Mandinka. Under Soumanguru's rule, the Sosso kingdom became a primary threat to the Mandinka people. He imposed heavy taxes on them, waged them constant warfare to expand his influence. The Mandinka, weakened and divided, were unable to resist his aggression. However, a young prince from a small kingdom of Kandaba would soon rise to challenge Soumanguru and unite the Mandinka people. Sundiata Keita, a legendary founder of the Mali Empire, was born in the early 13th century to a noble family in the Mandinka kingdom of Kandaba. According to the oral tradition, Sundiata's birth was foretold by a hunter who predicted that he would one day become a king. However, Sundiata's early life was marked by adversity. He was born with a physical disability that left him unable to walk until he was a child, leading many to doubt his ability to lead. Despite his challenge, Sundiata's mother, Sogolon, played a crucial role in nurturing his potential. She was a wise and strong woman, and she instilled in her son a sense of resilience and determination. As Sundiata grew older, he gained strength and eventually overcome his disability, earning the respect of his peers and showing early signs of leadership. Well, if you are liking this video, make sure to subscribe our channel, because we upload videos like this every week, including Roman Empire, and Vikings that are ongoing playlists on our channel, so make sure to subscribe it. Sundiata's rise to power was not without its struggle. His father, King Nare Magan Konate, had multiple wives, and Sundiata's half-brother, Dankaran Tauman, was initially chosen as an heir to the throne. When the father died, Semanguru Kante took advantage of the political instability in the Kandaba and installed Dankaran as a puppet ruler. Fearing for his life, Sundiata and his family were forced to exile, where he would spend years building alliances and preparing for his eventual return. While in exile, Sundiata traveled to various kingdoms, including the Mema kingdom, where he gained the support of the king Mansa Konkon. During this time, Sundiata built a reputation as a skilled warrior and diplomat, forging alliances with neighboring kingdoms that were also threatened by Somanguru's rule. His charismatic leadership and strategic acumen won him the loyalty of many chiefs and warriors who would later rally to his cause. In 1235, Sundiata's moment of destiny arrived. The Mandinka people, suffering under Somanguru's oppressive rule, called for Sundiata to return and lead them in a revolt. With the support of his allies, Sundiata raised an army and marched against Somanguru. The two forces met in a decisive battle at Karina, a small town near the Niger River. The Battle of Karina is one of the most important events in the Western African history, as it marked the end of Somanguru's reign and the beginning of the Mali Empire. According to the oral tradition, Sundiata used both military strategy and a mystical power to defeat Somanguru. It is said that Sundiata possessed a sacred arrow that neutralized Somanguru's magical abilities, leading to his downfall. The victory at Karina was not only the end of the Sosso kingdom's dominance, but also solidified Sundiata's position as a leader of the Mandinka people. His triumph was celebrated as a symbol of liberation and unity, and he was hailed as the Lion King, a title that would become synonymous with his legacy. After his victory at Karina, Sundiata said about consolidating his power and uniting a fragmented Mandinka kingdoms under a single banner. He established the Mali Empire with its capital at Naini near the upper Niger River. Sundiata's rule marked the beginning of a new era of political stability, economic prosperity, and cultural flourishing in West Africa. One of the Sundiata's first acts as an emperor was to reorganize the political structure of the Mandinka people. He created a council of chiefs known as the Gabara, which served as an advisory body to the emperor. This council included representatives from the various clans and regions of the empire, ensuring that all voices were heard in a matter of governance. The system of government helped to maintain unity and prevent internal conflict, as it gave the different ethnic groups a sense of participation in the empire's affairs. Sundiata also reformed the legal system, establishing the code of law that governed the behavior of his subjects. These laws were designed to promote justice, equality, and social harmony, and they became the foundation of the empire's legal system for centuries to come. Sundiata's emphasis on justice earned him a loyalty and respect to his people, further strengthening his rule. The Mali Empire's success was built on its control of the trans-Saharan trade routes, which had been the lifeblood of the Ghana Empire before it. Gold and salt were the two most important commodities traded across these routes, and Mali's strategic location allowed it to dominate the trade. Under Sundiata's leadership, Mali became a center of commerce, attracting traders from North Africa, the Middle East, and beyond. In addition to gold and salt, the Mali Empire also traded in agricultural products, textile, and slaves. The empire's fertile lands, particularly along the Niger River, supported a thriving agricultural economy with crops such as millet, sorghum, and rice being grown in abundance. The wealth generated from trade and agriculture allowed the empire to flourish and fund large-scale building projects, including mosques, palaces, and schools. Culturally, the Mali Empire was a melting pot of various ethnic groups and traditions. The spread of Islam, which had begun during the Ghana Empire, continued under Sundiata's rule, though traditional African religions also remained important. Sundiata himself is said to have practiced a syncretic form of religion, blending Islam and indigenous beliefs. This religious tolerance contributed to the empire's cultural diversity and helped to foster a spirit of inclusivity. Sundiata Keita's rise to power and the establishment of the Mali Empire were monumental events in the history of West Africa. His victory over Samanguru Kante and the unification of the Mandinka people laid the foundation for an empire that would become one of the wealthiest and the most influential in the world. In the first episode, we have explored the condition that led to the rise of Mali, the early life of Sundiata Keita, and the decisive battle that marked the birth of an empire. In the next episode, we will delve deeper into the religion of Sundiata Keita, examine how he transformed Mali Empire into a political, economic, and cultural powerhouse. His legacy of his leadership would echo through the centuries, influencing the course of African history. But do you know that before Mali Empire, history saw one of the greatest empires of all time, that was the Roman Empire. If you want to know how the Roman Empire have started and how the First and the Second Punic War changed the course of the Roman history, click on this playlist